Hello today, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for coming back, or if this is your first time, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the stay. I should be uploading a lot more walking videos in the very near future, so if that's kind of your thing, which I hope it is, or you just for whatever reason enjoy hearing my voice, you can subscribe and, well, hopefully I can entertain you now or in the future. So thanks so much for coming, guys. Welcome to Kameido. This is a place in eastern Tokyo. It is pretty far away, I'd say, from where most people go, from where most of the action happens. Right? This is still Tokyo, right? But it's kind of like on the outskirts. So, if you go here for a place to live, it is cheaper than quite a few other places, and there's still quite a bit to do. I mean, as you can see, as we're waiting to cross the street here, we got McDonald's. I mean, those things are everywhere, but, it's usually a sign of civilization to some extent. So, yeah, we've got McDonald's here. There's quite a few other shops that you should recognize from, not just from America, but mostly American restaurants that have found their way all over the world. So later in the video, we will have a Pizza Hut. So if that gets you excited, you can look forward to seeing that. So what are we doing today, Austin? Well, we have 3 destinations in mind for this little walk. Now, this walk is all pre-recorded, right, in case you didn't know, and I go back and I add my voice in later, commenting on a few things that need commentating on, like this is a karaoke shop on the right we passed. I'll probably be spending tonight at one of those. 7-Eleven, those are everywhere. Japanese 7-Elevens really are like heaven. I mean, in the States, we've got the expression, oh, thank heaven, it's 7-Eleven, but you go inside and, it's like something out of a horror movie. I don't want to get into it. But all I will say is that you have to go to both, and then you can make the comparison. But really, Japanese 7-Elevens are really heaven. They're incredible. At some point, I want to make a video all about 7-Eleven, but yeah. Here, guys, a game center. Now, I'm not really going to go inside too many places here. The game center has lots of claw games, or as they call them in Japan, UFO catcher. They are only good at catching one thing, and that is all of your hard-earned money. Those things are evil. For my birthday a few years ago, I wanted to get a big Kirby. Kirby is awesome, and it cost over 8,000 yen. 80 tries to win it, and the staff had to come over and move him, I think 4 different times, because the claw is so weak. It would pick Kirby up, and he wouldn't even be off the bottom of the claw machine for less than a second, and it would just drop him. So those are a complete racket. Hopefully you can enjoy a video of me wasting lots of money at one of them in the future. Again, guys, I've got so many ideas for things that I want to do. Just finding time to sit down, put this together, film it, add the voice in, any kind of edits that I've got. Yeah, there's quite a bit of stuff going on, so please, again, bear with me, and I truly hope the quality of these videos will get better in the future. So thank you for your support. We've got Moss Burger on the right side. I like Moss Burger. As the name says, it's a hamburger shop. The weird thing, which a lot of fast food places do it in Japan, and when I get French fries, I like ketchup with them. Now, I don't want to bathe my French fries in ketchup, as some people do, but I like a little bit of ketchup on the side. I like each French fry to have a little bit of ketchup on the top when I first dip it in the ketchup, and then with about half the fry left, I like to dip again. I like a very moderate amount, but I love ketchup on my fries. At Moss Burger, every time they don't give you any ketchup, and there's no machine, of course, you have to ask. So I always ask very politely, could I have ketchup, please? And they give me 1 packet. For someone who orders a large fry, 1 packet. And by comparison standards, it's like the same kind of packet size that you'd get at a fast food place, pretty much anywhere in the world. Hard to explain, but hope you know what I'm getting at. It's not enough. So then I always have to say, oh, could I have more, please? And they give me 1 more. At that point, it's just too awkward to be like, no, can I have more ketchup? It's too uncomfortable, so I'll just take it and sit down. I mean, the fries, they've got salt on them too. Nothing compared to the level of salt on fries at Burger King or McDonald's in America, but just enough where it's like, okay, it tastes all right. You can stomach it. So you always have to ask for ketchup. My advice is to tell them a number, because if you say I want ketchup, they'll give you 1. You have to say like, hey, can I have like 10? You know, I'm not a person who takes 10 packets, but you know, some people are. I'm not judging. Everybody has their own way to enjoy a good burger and fries, right? I would need 3 for a large fry there. So when you ask them for packets of ketchup, which you will have to do every single time, give them a number, because otherwise they default to 1, and then you're sad and you stare at them awkwardly, and it's just weird for everybody. All right, guys, so we have 3 destinations today. Our first destination, you can see from that cool little tower on the right side. This is the Kameido Ume Yashiki. Kind of a cool place. This was my first time going here. You know, it's got that little, what is it, watch tower? The thing that we're looking at right now. It's got this outside, which, I mean, this is really new. It's made to look old. This is how things kind of looked way back in the day. I'm not going to give any dates because I don't want someone to call me out. Yeah. So really soon, guys, I'm going to switch my camera position. Right now, I've been using the GoPro walking stick? No, the stick, right? I'm using my hand to control the camera. I want to go inside, and I kind of want to be inconspicuous, so I'm going to switch to the chest piece for the GoPro. Alright, so this is the first time ever trying the chest piece. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I always use my right hand when I'm holding the camera, and now yeah, you can see me using my cell phone with the, on the side there. So most places in Japan, they get really weird about you filming inside. Oh, see, sanitized there. People have been vaccinated for a couple years now. This is 2023, March, but we still have the sanitizer things in every single shop. A lot of people skip it. Now, you see here, these glasses. Now, please feel free to pause the video, look at them, and appreciate them. Now, of course, they look incredible. Handmade by Japanese, what's the word? Yeah, I'm an English teacher and I forget words all the time. They are handmade by, let's just say, experts. I don't know the technical term for it, but these people make these glasses and they look and feel absolutely amazing. Now, I'm not sure if you can see the prices of any of them, but I found a picture online of the glasses, and they cost, like, for a tiny, like a sake cup, essentially a little bit bigger than like a cap on a bottle or something. 25,000 yen. For a little bit bigger glass, 30,000, 40,000, 55,000 for a glass smaller than my hand. Of course, the quality that you're paying for, probably among the best in the world, but not everybody can afford to spend the equivalent of about $500 on a, well, glass. Just imagine you get it, and little kid walks by, knocks it off the table, and you have $500 of sad broken glass on the floor. It's gonna, pierce your feet.
これは何ですか？はい。伝統工芸、ハンドクラフトですね。
So I was just walking around.
16時ま、
I left the gift shop, came into this connecting area here, and this guy really wanted me to go inside. I wasn't planning to, but because I've got my camera on my chest, you can clearly see it. So I think he just wants to like spread this to, whoever's watching, right? The 10 or so viewers, he wants you to see this. So this is a pretty cool place. They're hand making all sorts of stuff in here. The guy on the left, he's got some kind of blade in his hand. I think he's sharpening the blade. The guy over here, he's making some kind of like some jewelry or something for this old woman who's got a very particular request in mind, and it's probably going to take her a couple hours to explain it. Luckily she's the only person there, so he's got to give her his full attention. Yeah, a few more things on the other side there, but I looked around a bit. It just didn't. Yeah, I thought it was all right. It was good. It was cool checking out, but. Very nice guy there. So many times, like you open the door for someone, and just like that, I'll be like, "Hey, after you." And he's like, "No, after you." And it didn't happen this time, but pretty often. We'll just keep going back and forth. No, after you, you first. Until somebody finally jumps in and just says, fine, I'm tired of this, I have things to do. And they take it. So anyways, guys, the Kameido, Ume Yashiki. Cool place. It's not worth going out of your way to go there, but it is on the way to our main stop for the day. So it looked kind of cool on the outside. It's a gift shop with that kind of like exhibition area, right? So if you are in Kameido for other stuff, you're a tourist, yeah, I guess it's maybe it's worth going there. Maybe you'll find something. Maybe you've got $500 or 55,000 yen to spare. You want to get a cool glass. Don't break it. So anyways, that was stop 1. Again, not the most exciting stop in the world, but yeah, some kind of cool stuff to check out. We are going to cross the street here and head to the number 1 thing to do in Kameido. So we go straight for a little bit, and we will arrive at Kameido Tenjin Shrine. This time of year, this was, what day did I go there? This was the 4th of March, 2023. The shrine that we're going to has an ume festival, or like a plum flower festival kind of thing. And that's the top thing to do in Kameido. You can see here, guys, Sky Tree in the background. That is Tokyo Sky Tree. It is really cool. Right, when you are in... Jeez. You can see it from so far away, especially at night when they light it up, and it is awesome. There's also Tokyo Tower, which I prefer, like many people, even though Skytree, I believe, is about twice as tall as Tokyo Tower. This thing here is an evil machine. So, again, go back, pause it, take a look at it. Those are prizes on them. You put like 1,000 yen, which, what is that, like $7.80, $8 into it, and you could win a PS5. You could win a drone. You could win a keychain worth 10 cents. I played that machine twice, and well, you can guess what my prize was. I'll give you a hint. It was not the PS5 and it was not the drone. On 2 separate occasions, the damn keychain. Alright, so, hobby off. Alright, putting the mask on. Yeah, like many foreigners who come to Japan, I always check out these stores. Because they're pretty cool. I mean, they've got stuff from really long time ago, stuff from all over the world. Figures, games, pretty neat stuff. So yeah, sorry about the light. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Maybe they do that because they don't want people filming inside. For the record, guys, I haven't seen a sign that says don't film. So unless I see a sign or if someone tells me, I mean, I'm just leaving the camera on and walking around. Slipping by the One Piece section here. A little bit of Dragon Ball figures. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff here. So, I mean, if you like Japanese anime, manga, or video games, there are endless stores that you can go to where they've probably got some figures that you like or something that you like. Now, I'm a very specific person. I am a big fan of Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil, and Final Fantasy. Those are my 3 right there. Resident Evil and Metal Gear Solid, it's hard to find stuff. Like Resident Evil, you can generally find really new things. That like new weird things. But I want like the old figures, old collectible stuff. So here we go, guys. You see all those guns, they're not real, they're airsoft paintball guns. You see, then I went back to the guns and something caught my eye. So these are cool guns, right? They're like character guns from games. I think like, this character in this video game used this kind of gun. I think we got Barry Burton's Magnum on the upper right side there. So I'm looking around a little bit. On the top, there was there was some kind of Resident... Oh, no. On the top, there is a Metal Gear Solid thing. So you could see Snake's face on the outside, and it said like Ahab, Tiger Stripe, S++ version. No real picture of what was inside the box. So that caught my eye. Then I noticed at the bottom, they've got a Metal Gear Solid, it looks like Gray Fox figure, a Resident Evil, that's the Forest and the Zombie set, which is the most unexciting of all the figure sets. So here I am thinking a lot about it. Like, what should I do? The price tag on the Metal Gear Solid figure, which I couldn't see inside, was 8,800 yen. Now, I've looked in so many shops, guys. Every shop I go to, I check Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil. Final Fantasy, they've got stuff everywhere, but it's usually it's even much more expensive for like a good quality thing. So I'm walking over here, checking out the Pokemon stuff. All sorts of cards and figures, and it's pretty cool.
せん。
Not really sure what I found here, but I was just checking some stuff out, but in the back of my head, that Metal Gear Solid thing was there. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. This. Wow. The nostalgia. I used to be the champ back home. We'd have tournaments at a local game room. I think I went to like 24 tournaments. I won 22 of them. So 300 yen for RE5. Pretty sure it's free on PS Plus now, but yeah, I like to buy games to display on my wall. I don't like digital. I like to be able to have like a bookshelf or something and admire my collection visually. So if I didn't already have like 3 copies of the game, I probably would have bought it. But yeah, you guys could see what was in the back of my head the whole time. The Metal Gear Solid figure. What do I do? What do I do? Do I ask the guy? Do I ask if I can see what's inside the box? If I see inside the box and it's really cool, what do I do? So yeah, you can see the picture from the shrine that we're going to go to later. So I try searching for it. This figure. You know, not really sure what to believe here, seeing different results. Change the wording a little bit, maybe that would help. Spoiler, it didn't really. Right, so at this point, I'm still doing some thinking. I'm like, you know what, this is probably going on long enough. I don't want to make a video where there's so much of me just debating this Resident Evil stuff. I should probably just ask the guy to come back, open it up, let me see it. Cracking the wrists, that means, you know, some serious thinking is going on there. Well, I mean, at this point, guys, when I asked the guy, I think it's safe to say that I kind of already decided what I was going to do. And now that I'm watching it again, the gray fox figure on the bottom and like the zombie figure, probably I'll go back and buy those later because they were really cheap. The gray fox was like 2,000 and just like the zombie figure was 1,000 yen. Especially compared with this guy. Yeah, I want to have like a cool kind of setup with different figures, so we'll see. Let's see, how does the body cam do? He didn't know that I was recording, at least I don't think that he knew. So I didn't want to like directly hold it up to the camera. Comes with a cardboard box thing. Alright guys, so I'll pop a video up of, I'll pop some pictures up of what was actually inside the box, just to show you. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5's Snake, with guns, with his chicken helmet. The chicken helmet's what really got me.
それしか。
そうこの2つですね。そうですね。
その2つちょっと考えます。
Right, so I told him I'm gonna think about the other two. It's probably a good reason. It's good that I'm thinking from my home and I'm not thinking in there because I tend to make these spontaneous purchases. Now here, guys, sorry, my backpack is going up. I'm getting the wallet out.
バグはいります。
She's gonna ask me to put my pin in, so I really hope that gets covered by my backpack.
お願いします。
Yep. That's right, guys. No stealing my information today. None of that. Beep, beep, boop, boop, bop, bop. I guess this probably would have been a good part for some commentary, right? Instead of just having you guys stare at a black screen. So yeah, we got him. We got Snake. I was pretty happy. I mean, a little more expensive than I would have hoped for, but really, guys, I've been to so many shops just looking for anything Metal Gear Solid with Snake, ideally. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta get something to put on my shelf, something Snake that would be kind of cool. So that was the second stop, the hobby store. If you're visiting Japan as a tourist, very likely you have a Japanese video game that you like, a Japanese anime that you like, or you've heard of something, or even you've got friends who would love a souvenir. I mean, that kind of stuff is everywhere. Now, of course, the stuff that they sell inside the stores is very different. So the way that those stores work, they buy and sell figures, games, cards, pretty much. So like the Snake figure that I bought, the box is kind of damaged and it has been opened before. So I'm gonna guess that somebody bought this when it came out. They might have paid 15,000, maybe upwards of 18,000 yen for it. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to search it. Right? They opened it. Maybe they displayed it. The box got damaged in storage. Then they realized, hey, I'd rather have some money because life is expensive. They brought it to their local hobby store. They probably bought it for 5,000 from them, maybe 5,500. Selling it for 8,800. Right? They act, depending on the hobby store you go to, they act like pawn shops, almost. Where, I mean, in Japan, figures and stuff, they're very valuable. People pay a lot of money for these things. And as a result, these stores pop up where you can go find all sorts of stuff, buy it, but in the future, you get broke because, again, life is expensive, especially in Japan. So you got to sell it to try to get back some money. So I'm hoping that I don't end up like that, and I can enjoy displaying this figure for a while. So we are heading to the main destination, friends. The main shrine in Kameido. It's a short little walk away, but it is a beautiful, beautiful day outside. Right, the shrine is not too much farther away. Now you can see on the left side, there are quite a few banners hanging. You see them? They're like red, and they're on most of the poles, street poles or something. Anyways, they are all the same thing, and they are saying that there is this ume, or plum, festival at the shrine. Right? That was pretty clear. You could see that from when we were crossing the street. It says Ume Matsuri, the plum festival. So at this point, guys, it's early March in Tokyo. The sakura, cherry blossoms, are getting ready to come out. There's all sorts of different flowers. The sakura are the most famous. There's also the ume, which, geez, I'm no expert with when flowers bloom and stuff like that, but yeah, people can't get enough of it. They just have to have any excuse to go outside, find some beautiful ume, get some good pictures. Yeah, we just saw a guy was pretty excited there because he saw this. He saw the gate. Now, you've seen those a lot if you've looked up pictures of Japan, if you've seen shrines, or just like anything Japan. You'll see that symbol. In front of us right now, the reddish orange, it's called a tori, gate. And it means like when you see one of those and you go past it, you will enter a Japanese shrine's grounds. Sorry guys, had to get a picture there. 2 pictures. Right, you are not supposed to generally just walk directly under one in the middle. Because that's only where God is supposed to walk. So we're here, guys. We are at the main stop on today's walk. We arrived at the very nice Kameido Tenjin Shrine. We're just going to walk around the grounds. Enjoy the scenery. So yeah, everyone, literally everyone there was wearing a mask. We're outside, but people are still, yeah. I didn't want to get too many death stares, so I thought I'll just put the mask back on. The bridge is super popular at this shrine. I think they've got 1 or 2 of those bridges that go up really high and down.
むつ切りの消化弁当弁当ですと、4200円。ただちょっとお部屋の方を使うんで、そうですね。
That guy had his chin mask on, which, yeah, he'll probably put that up really soon. Don't really want to start talking about mask culture in Japan, but oh, those people were really nice. They saw I was trying to take a picture, and they all stopped and waited for me. People are super nice about that here. So we have been walking around the shrine grounds to get here. You can see on the left, that is the shrine itself. That is the place where people line up to make a donation and pray for... What was it? Each shrine in Japan has like something that it will bring you. People go there to pray for passing an exam, to find a marriage partner, to get filthy stinking rich. Each shrine kind of has a thing. What was it for this one? Jeez, I think it's something to do with family. Try not to talk so much and just let you guys appreciate the shrine and the just natural sounds of everything going on. Usually before you enter a shrine, you'll see that place where those two girls were that we just passed. You're supposed to wash your hands to clean off the dirt, the bad things before entering the grounds where the gods are. So it's kind of like you're purifying and cleansing yourself. Now, when I visit a kind of matsuri, a festival or something, I love to get something to snack on. The food, many would say, is the best part. They typically have quite a few stands set up. Takoyaki was there on that side. The yakisoba, I really felt like yakisoba. We just passed, it was closed. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I was really in the mood for yakisoba, which is like noodles, soy sauce, meat, vegetables kind of cooked together. It's delicious, fast, easy, cheap. I thought, okay, maybe this place, a Castella or something. But nope, closed. And this one here, there was one chocolate banana on a stick. And, yeah, not the most appealing thing. Here's probably my favorite part of the video. You've got the beautiful plum flowers, the bridge. The sun is just about out of sight. We've got the Tori gate on the left side there. And of course, Tokyo Skytree on the right. Japanese shrines are really, really cool. And something that I especially like is that they've been around for such a long time. They're extremely well kept. And it feels like they are a splash in the middle of a giant lake. A lake, in this case, being like buildings, houses, right? Like you see in the background here, all these very tall apartments. And they essentially surround it like a wall. And the shrine is like smack dab in the middle. So you've got this really good mix between old and new. The old shrine and the new apartments. It's pretty cool. Now, at this point, guys, I've made my rounds, I guess we could say, around the shrine, and I've got food in the back of my mind. I didn't eat lunch this day. I was really looking forward to that yakisoba. So, yeah, thought I would just check out the monkey over there. Noticed the no video signs over there, so I was thinking, okay, well, yeah, I noticed it a little bit later. So, yeah. Thinking about what to eat. The takoyaki, I love takoyaki, but honestly speaking, the only time I eat takoyaki is in Osaka. When I've had takoyaki anywhere else in Japan, I don't like it. I don't know if it's like a mental thing. Like, takoyaki doesn't taste good unless I'm in Osaka. It just doesn't taste the same. So, that one was out. So he asked the guy if we were friends, and I replied just saying I'm just some random guy.
So, anko? Hitotsu kudasai.
Alright, so there's anko, it's like red bean paste, cream. I think chocolate was another flavor he had.
アメリカ人です。
アメリカ人。今日はね、フランス人の人が2人来てる。
ああ、そうですか。でも市川に住んでいます。
近い住んだ。ああ、そう。おじさんは小松川。
ああ、知らないです。
平井からね、ちょっとあるから。
ああ、なるほど。
平井もね。快速止まらないからみんな知らないの。
ああ、
石川とか新小岩って早い電車が止まるでしょ。
はい。
平井は止まらない。
その横須賀線ですね。ありがとうございます。
So we had an interesting little chat there. You could hear my Japanese a bit. Unfortunately, everyone, the GoPro is frozen, stuck on time-lapse. No matter what I do, doesn't shut down or anything, so you get me like this. I got the two anko things, I'm not too sure what they are. but anko is delicious. The red bean paste. Can't go to a mini festival without getting some of the little snacks. So let's see how this is. Very simple. I've had much better, but it's still pretty good. I asked for one though. I guess he wanted to get rid of all his stuff so he can go home. So he gave me 2. I should be happy, but I just have room for 1. Oh well. So, anyways, guys, after a bit of struggle with the GoPro, eventually taking the battery out, putting it back in, I was able to restart. I ate both of those anko things. Had to stop and thank the guy for the food. And that, guys, was the shrine. Super nice, really beautiful. Probably my favorite part about this shrine is that there's not that many people, right? I mean, very few people who visit Japan go to Kameido unless they're like staying in a hotel there, which the hotels are a bit cheaper. You know, so I think you saw a few other foreigners in this video. I mean, I'm certain that there are hotels nearby. People wouldn't travel an hour to come here for this shrine. There's so many other shrines that are bigger, more grandiose, closer to more popular spots. So a very nice shrine, not too many people, a little bit of food. You know, I passed by this stand here. This guy had sweet potatoes. I wish I would have got his sweet potatoes if I didn't eat the red bean paste stuff from the guy before. I would have definitely got some sweet potatoes because they looked and smelled really good from the guy behind me. So it's a good lesson. Make sure that you see everything for sale before making a purchase. Yeah, a little bit more admiring this. The pretty neat little bridge, and then Tokyo Skytree in all its glory in the background. So something pretty neat is that Skytree is about a 20-minute walk away from this temple. So I've done it a few times where I've gone to Kameido Station, had a lunch somewhere around there, walked to this shrine. Right, you guys have been with for this walk, so minus the pit stops, it probably would take about 10-12 minutes to get from the station to this shrine. It's not super far, it's a nice little walk. Yep, no more mask. Jeez. It is exhausting wearing that all day here. I mean, what, year 3 of the pandemic, and still pretty much the whole country is masked up for every minute of their day. You know, it's to not spread the virus to other people, but at what point do we say, okay, enough of this, let's just go back to the way things used to be as most as we can. Anyways, don't wanna get go down that road here. So we visited the 3 main sites, guys. Now we're heading back to the station. I'll have a little bit of footage at the end here of getting on the train, barely, before the GoPro cuts out. So, yeah, we've got the most important stuff. The walk from the station to the shrine, with 2 little stops in between, going back. This was pretty cool. The Tengu, they call him, the guy with the super long nose. Now, there's not just one, but there are 2. Just kind of randomly sticking out there. So the Tengu is a very interesting character in Japanese folklore. Now, I guess it was like a trickster. You know, he would like do pranks on people. I believe they were like swords people before, who would like commit pranks a lot. So they weren't seen as like good spirits, but rather they were seen as evil spirits doing bad things. So I'm not sure why exactly they just had that there. It might have some significance to the shrine. Yep, so there we go, guys. We passed our Pizza Hut. All is good in the world. So guys, as we are approaching the end of the video here, if you are still here, I'm very glad to hear that. This is me just getting out, testing the camera, testing some different features, walking around. Mostly I wanted to see how the image stabilization would work, having this thing strapped to my chest. Which, I mean, seems pretty good to me, right? The video looks natural. Going with somebody walking, it's not jumping all over the place, so I'm really glad about that. Using the stick for filming worked pretty good at the beginning. Oh yeah, this is cool, a handicapped phone booth. Never seen one of those before. So, right, the features are all, features? What am I saying? I don't know. Doesn't really matter, guys. I've got so many ideas for stuff that I'd like to do as I learn more about video editing, filming, you know, just the YouTube world. So I hope that you will stay with me, support me, and whatnot on this hopefully very fun and exciting journey. There's so many cool things to see, do, explore. I have so many ambitions for this channel and what it could become. I want to try some things like eating challenges, experiences like learning swordsmanship on top of a skyscraper. Experiences where you learn to cook Japanese food, like making noodles using your feet. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So you guys could see back there, we passed the little tourism gift shop area. Heading back down, this is the kind of main street for Kameido. Right. We're just heading to the station, 450 meters away. Around the station's right, you'll see many more buildings, more restaurants, more life, because pretty much everyone who lives there goes to that station at least once or twice a day when going to work or school. We got Kojima on the right side here. No, sorry, not the amazing Hideo Kojima, but a really famous pet store chain. Pets in Japan are really expensive, and I've seen a lot of people who, they get a dog, right? And they buy a baby carriage, they put the dog in the baby carriage, they put clothes on the dog, and they push it around town. And it's like, what are you doing? The dog wants to get out and walk. And he doesn't want you to put clothes on him. Like that dog that just walked by, was wearing some clothes. I mean, that was nothing compared to what I'm explaining, but it really feels in Japan, guys, that for so many people, pets, especially dogs, are fashion accessories and not a companion or anything like that, which is really, really sad. Again, of course, not everybody, but quite a few people that I've seen who do that stuff, that's really what it feels like. That the pet is just an accessory. You've got your poodle wearing a tuxedo, and you put him in your Gucci bag, and it's just like, what the hell are you doing? Stop. We just passed on the right side a pachinko parlor. If you haven't heard of that, it is legalized gambling in Japan. Extremely boring. You go inside, everyone's smoking, and they all look absolutely miserable. You just go inside, you turn the knob, the ball goes up, and if the ball goes in the hole, you win more balls. And if you win a crap load of balls, you can exchange them for either gold, or you can exchange them for like candy or a cup. If you choose gold, you can bring it to a store that's right next door to exchange the gold for money, because if you were to exchange the balls for money in the shop, that would be considered gambling, and that's illegal. But if you get the gold that you can exchange in a different building, then it's perfectly fine. someone found a way to legalize gambling as that, and yeah, I played it twice, and it's just pretty boring. So here we go, guys. We're at the big intersection here, trying to get to the station. Right, station is, we gotta cross the street twice to get there, and yeah. You can see one of the trains going across here. I think that is the Sobu line that goes into Chiba. When there is an earthquake, typhoon, heavy snow, heavy rain, that line will always get stopped. So, you know, I live out in Chiba. I take that line every single day, and whenever there's like some pretty bad weather, it's not fun because that line always gets stuck or delayed. A lot of people live in Chiba but work in Tokyo. Tokyo is much more expensive than Chiba. So people live in Chiba to save money. They take the train into Tokyo for work. Now, so imagine if there was some problems with the weather. The train gets delayed. Normally, trains are there every 3 to 5 minutes, and they're still pretty full. The train's delayed by 30, 45, 60 plus minutes. The first few trains after it resumes service are absolutely jammed beyond the brim. You have to push and squeeze people inside. You're so tight that it hurts. Yeah, it is not a fun thing. So our protester buddies that we saw earlier in the video protesting something about China, looks like they're gone. They've gone to protest elsewhere, I guess. Yeah, Kameido Station doesn't really look that nice. I mean, you look at it from out here, it looks like you're going into a shopping center or something. That guy's trying to use his watch to get into the gate. Well, watches, they always are not working right for using it to go inside a ticket gate. That sound means the doors are closing. Oh, there we go, sorry. That's the door closing sound for my train. Oh crap! Go, 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 go! Ah! Safe. You're not supposed to do that. Yeah. Because like when people do that, the doors don't close all the way, right? If you get caught in there. And then because of that, the train gets delayed by like a couple seconds. That's really, really bad. But I was able to jump in. The door did not get stuck or anything, so I think it's fine. Now guys, this is the end of the video. Right, the GoPro is going to shut off soon because the batteries on these things are crap. I guess an hour or so walking is pretty good. That's not too bad. So you can enjoy the little train atmosphere, pitch silence. I will hopefully upload more videos soon, better quality videos. I hope that you guys have enjoyed your time you spent with me today. scenery, my voice, for whatever reason. I'm glad that you were here. And everyone, I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks a lot for stopping by. And, well, ciao for now.